already. So let's kick it off as we start to the top right-hand side. The red Protoss player, give this up in the chat if you're cheering on ShoWTimE. Up against the blue Zerg in the bottom left-hand side. Give it up if you're cheering on Reynor. So game number 1 of this best of 3, and then again the winner of this in a PVT or ZvT best of 5 should also be amazing. Man, what a time to play some StarCraft and to cast some StarCraft, or just be a StarCraft fan. So many great qualifiers. Again, more IEM qualifiers this week with the Asian server qualifiers. Next week, WCS qualifiers. It's just jam-packed, all of the action that's going to be going on. It's going to be really crazy to watch it all, so looking forward for all of that. We're going to hopefully be casting WCS qualifiers. I've not actually seen where to apply to cast that or anything, but would hopefully be able to get some information soon. As you do see this probe of ShoWTimE just going to pop down into the main base. So ShoWTimE's probes props down into towards the main. You're going to see the drone and the probe having a little bit of a fight here. I mean, we've seen Hanib being very annoying with this probe as well. ShoWTimE is looking to do the exact same thing and just block those drones that are coming in from mining. Again, very, very frustrating to keep on doing that, as again just jumps over here and does it as well. Does it there. Reynor fights back. It's really funky. I actually kind of like it, you know. It's kind of fun to see these battles go on and to see these this back and forth little style. This is pretty great so far. I like it. Fun stuff here. As Reynor is just say, yep, not dealing with that. And instantly puts this drone over on the other mineral patch. Just going to be setting up into this as a probe going to be coming down to the low ground in the cybernetics core. Finishing up here as well. Adept is going to get chrono boosted out from ShoWTimE. As you see, a robo facility will drop down from him. So already seen a little bit of a difference to how Neeb played. Neeb played with Stargate after Stargate after Stargate in the early game. We're just going to be seeing the robo facility dropping down and getting that going. So getting that started. As you do see a probe from ShoWTimE, just going to back away in towards the natural. What's up, How Hilike? Is that how your name is said? How Hilike? Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Robo facility is about to finish in a moment or two as the third hatch comes on down from Reynor. Now, obviously, we saw a few different styles from him against Neeb. We'll see if he can put them into effect against ShoWTimE here. And as we get this going, this Overlord going to be wandering over in towards the main base. So, getting a little bit of information early. Obviously, hasn't been picked off by a Phoenix or anything. So, it's like, oh, cool. Chance for me to actually see what's going on for once. As you do see the Warp Prism currently being chrono boosted out. So, Prism being chrono boosted out. There's this Stalker here from ShoWTimE able to come in and is able to get quite a bit of damage down on this Overlord. So Overlord, again, taking a little bit of a beating here at the moment, as it is going to be chased away into the upper right-hand side, and it will go down. So Overlord denied there as the Stalker lifts up into the Prism, and again, just going to be seeing these few Zerglings are just going, again, just kind of patrolling the map a little bit. I mean, you've seen Reynor so good with his Zerglings, looking and finding opportunities here throughout the game so far. As you see, this Warp Prism gives the high ground vision. The Stalker shouldn't have targeted there. We'll get the Overlord in the end, and Reynor will get a little bit of a supply block, but even just keeping that Overlord alive a little longer kept him away from being supply block just a little bit longer as well. Nicely done. There's offline qualifiers as well. Yes, so after this this week we have the online qualifiers. I mean, people call it an offline qualifier. I like to call it just the open bracket. But basically, when Katowice happens, Katowice is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The Monday and Tuesday before that, there is an open bracket, so a round of 76 open bracket, and we play down to 12 players, who will then advance through to the top 24 of the Katowice main event. So, yeah, offline qualifier, open bracket. I kind of like, again, I feel like it's no really need to call it a qualifier. It's just the open bracket of the tournament. You actually earn prize money if you get right through, I think, 1 round or 2 rounds of the open bracket as well. So people like to, some people just kind of section them off and come at them very differently. But yeah, it's just kind of part of Katowice. It happens every year. And it's a really cool format, honestly. Whoa! That wasn't going to be really cool, as we do see that sentry getting lifted up at the last second. Well, big attack from ShoWTimE is I should stop talking about format and talk about the fact that it's got so many gates in the main base. 6 plus 2, math on stream makes that 8. And we're going to be seeing ShoWTimE pushing across the map with this Immortal Sentry all in. Choo-choo, Soul Train time. Let's go, baby. Been a little while since we've seen something like this. Is ShoWTimE just going to go completely all in with this? Well, 22 Lings and Ravagers on the way up right now from Reynor to try and defend. He's got 51 drones, which is a reasonable number. And the Ravagers will be very good for dealing with the force fields, which are going to be used right away here to block a couple of units out. Obviously, the Immortals are those big chunky units that should deal a lot of damage in this. The Queen gets picked off there. More force fields still coming down on this bottom side, using this hatchery to kind of act as a massive force field wall along this direction. Lings try and dive in again, but as soon as they do, I mean, the force fields come down, the Lings dart on out. They don't want to stick around there if they're fighting on their own. They want the Roaches and the Ravagers to be helping them out as well. Another couple of sentries warping in as this army of ShoWTimE pressing forwards. Queens now coming in from the bottom side. Another force field coming in there. Couple of sentries taking him down by the corrosive bile. This is mostly sentries in this. You got to be remembering there's a lot of force fields, but there's also somewhat a bit of a lack of damage, and there's a lot of lack of survivability too. While those Immortals are good at surviving, the sentries definitely are not. But those Immortals, well, they're surviving right now. So even though the sentry count's been cut down to below half of what it was, this is absolutely crazy. You're going to see these units keep on pushing in. Ravager goes down. Queens are going down. I mean, as these extra drones pull in as well, they are going to keep on dropping too. And it feels as though this is probably going to be ShoWTimE picking up game number 1 against Reynor with the all-in. And suddenly Reynor is on a bit of a losing streak here today. That's not great. As this hatchery falls, the Zealots will swipe away and pick up a couple more kills. But yeah, ShoWTimE is not going to let Reynor get away with this first game. He was hungry for that Katowice qualifying spot as well. A couple of Overlords getting taken down there. And again, we're going to be seeing those Zerglings running away off over to the right-hand side. As we still have Zealot Stalkers, Immortals all pressing forward. See the Roach Warren gets taken down here, and again, these units going to turn around. And still ShoWTimE pressing forwards. Another, well, a Spine trying to come up. I mean, Reynor in desperation mode, doing whatever he can to hold on, but ShoWTimE slowly and meticulously just keeps on pressing forwards. And I love it as well, because it's so unlike ShoWTimE. You know, if you ask anyone about ShoWTimE, if you watch IEM Katowice or ShoWTimE plays there, the pre-game analysis will be, ShoWTimE is this big defensive Protoss. He'll set back, he'll let you do what he wants, because he knows in the late game he will win. But this is, again, so non-ShoWTimE like to just go for a big 8 all in. But it is what keeps ShoWTimE so dangerous. You can't just presume it's going late game. You've got to just accept that sometimes he's going to unban. Well, I mean, only because I know he wouldn't say certain things, you know. Alright, guys. Game 2 kicking off here from ShoWTimE and Reynor. ShoWTimE, we'll see if he wants to stay aggressive to pick up game number 2. He's the blue Protoss, bottom right-hand side. Up against the red Zerg, top left, our Italian player, Reynor. What's up, Zissu89, who also came in with a Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much. Sorry, I was a little bit caught up in the game to notice it at the time. I have a 3-minute delay as well, so thank you so much for the Twitch Prime, though. I really do appreciate it, buddy. Boom. Love to you. Thank you. WardiTV also came in with 100 bits at some point that I also completely missed. Sorry, Marv. Apologies. No idea when that happened either. God damn it. I've just missed everything today. You know, you stop giving out baubles and you stop giving out balloons, and suddenly apparently subs and donations don't matter anymore. You just don't care. Overlord coming in here to get this started. Game TPVZ getting this set up and gateway dropping down. There's that Nexus coming into the right hand side as well, so getting that started up right now. So getting that started, and Otherwise, still looking pretty regular, of course. Just waiting for the tech choice of ShoWTimE here. Fast Robo again, or is there another plan, perhaps? Well, again, waiting to figure this out. Feelings and a couple of queens on the way up, and Reynor just getting this going. Cybercore finishing up on the natural expansion. Adept being chrono boosted. And again, if that's Zergling speed on the way up. I mean, we're playing on Port Alexander. I mean, it's a very different layout to Blue Shift, but it has a lot of similarities, you know, in the same, like, in terms of, like, size of the map, I would say. There's definitely a few different pathways that are very common to attack along. This center path, this top path, or this bottom path, maybe not as well defined as on Blue Shift. But what is interesting is as you take the third base down here, there's nowhere near the same sort of setup on the third as there is on Blue Shift. For the pros to attack into this with a Soul Train, like if you want a force field across here, it's 4 force fields rather than 3. There's pros, Zerg can also loop around and just flank you a lot more easily than on Blue Shift as well. And so definitely not expecting the same sort of attack from ShoWTimE. Aggression in general should be a little bit more difficult as we see the Stargates finishing up in the main base, and ShoWTimE will open into the Oracle to get a little bit of early pressure going. So completely changing up here ShoWTimE into what we would say is a more standard play anyways with the Stargate rather than a Robo as we get this going into this. Stalker here poking away at the Overlord right now, so Overlord taking just a little bit of damage. Couple of assimilators coming down from ShoWTimE, so he's getting those set up as this Stalker picking its way through the Overlord and is going to be able to get that kill. So Overlord going down as we do see Zerglings. So now we've seen the Lings just going to be running down towards the bottom right hand side, and just going to be seeing a couple of Adepts. Just picking up a couple of Zerglings there so far. Anyone thinking Cyril how auto qualifying makes him a little rusty? I mean, he's going to be playing WCS qualifiers next week, or if he gets an auto seed in there, maybe he does actually. He's still probably going to play WCS before he plays Katowice, so I don't think, like, I mean, playing a qualifier, does it really make you rusty? Probably not. Like, does it, like, no. I mean, I just don't think so, right? Like, you play these guys on ladder anyways. I don't think so. I mean, Cyril didn't have to play any qualifiers for WCS Challenger all year in 2018. Does that make him rusty too? I don't think so. I think we're just trying to look at ways to kind of pick Cyril apart. Thanks so much, Sasquatch, coming in with a Twitch Prime sub as well. The Twitch Primes are on fire today, apparently. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it. Love it. Thank you so much. Rotoron going to be finishing up from Reynor in the natural expansion, so that Rotoron is done. And Reynor playing a bit of a different style to what we saw a lot of in his series against me, but on this map especially, he played that +1 melee Ling Bane Hydra style. Didn't really work out for him, and now he's instead just going to try up for the roaches. He's actually already building up 7 roaches. Maybe a little afraid of something coming his way. It's actually double Stargate Phoenix out of ShoWTimE. With double Stargate Phoenix, well, roach attack won't really do a lot. You're kind of just giving up the roaches to kind of drain the Phoenix on the energy. It can somewhat keep your drones alive because the Phoenix will chase the roaches down because they have to, because there isn't really enough units to defend otherwise. So we'll see how Reynor uses those roaches. We've seen a mixture of it lately, really, where where Zerg players have decided, like, or done a couple of different things between chasing down the roach, sending their roaches across the map, or just keeping them at home, so on and so forth. Phoenix just going to be coming through the top left-hand side and going for a few more drones. A couple of drones going down to the Adepts that shade in towards the third base here, and he'll get 4 kills with them. As now the Phoenix obviously picking up some drones too. Reynor taking quite a bit of damage, but again, those Phoenix in the main means the roaches will not be answered across the map. And so all of a sudden here, Reynor is going to get quite a lot of damage done, because those Phoenix have used up a lot of their energy. They don't have many lifts remaining, so these roaches guaranteed to get some damage done. Even making a few more Lings here, Reynor. There's no reason to make Lings unless he wants to use them aggressively, so there you go. They're also going to be streaming across the map. We're going to be seeing this pylon taking some damage. I mean, the Oracle here to defend, but kills off the pylon. The shield battery is unpowered. Sentries now, well, Force Field kind of splits the roaches in half a bit, but the roach is still able to hit a couple of these Adepts. And that's going to be 3 workers killed, and now a couple of probes going, more probes going down as well, because he just transferred workers over here. So that's now 8 workers killed, make that 9, plus the sentry kills in the pylon. A nice little attack here from Reynor. I just don't think ShoWTimE quite saw those roaches coming across the map. Yes, a lot of them, all the roaches get killed off here as well. But get a little counter damage from Reynor, and it puts the resources lost to 2100 versus 2000. More Lings over to the right side. Phoenix still gathering up as well. As you see, the Immortal going to be taking a little bit of damage. Phoenix lifting up a Zergling or 2 at a time here. Zealots being surrounded as well. Actually lifts up the Immortal to keep it safe. Good save there by ShoWTimE. Great decision to use some of the Phoenix energy on that, of course. A lot more drones on the way up. The lair about to finish up from Reynor as well, and still just going to be seeing ShoWTimE obviously getting aggressive with these Phoenix. He's lost a couple of them, which is why he's only on around 6, and is kind of done with producing Phoenix as well. He added on an extra Oracle or so to help him defend against that attack, and, well, again, at this stage, he's kind of just like, okay, well, let's go into everything else. And as we do see the Phoenix kind of way into the upper left-hand side. Quick update in the other game. Bunny ties it up 1-1 against Uthermal. They're going to a game 3 in that series over there. A couple more of these Lings being picked away at right now, so a few more Lings going down. Reynor will start to come through the center of the map as we do see a couple of these Oracles flying around the bottom left-hand side. Phoenix looking to fly in towards the natural expansion, picking up a whole bunch of these drones, so a lot of damage being dealt already. 5 workers going down, although it does cost him a Phoenix, and every Phoenix ShoWTimE loses is less further damage he can then deal, because you'll have less energy building back up, less lifts available, so on and so forth. And of course, the slower you actually kill things off, that are lifted into the sky as well. Also kind of a factor here too. 2 Oracles are driving in for a couple of drones on these gases. Gas drones are always nice to kill because he means that Reynor has to go through the effort of selecting drones and putting them back in gas, and if he forgets, well then of course it can affect his income. And that can obviously offset the amount of units he's meant to have versus what he gets, and so on and so forth there. So gas work is always nice to prioritize if you can. Reynor fixes that up pretty quickly, and again it costs ShoWTimE an Oracle, so maybe a little bit overzealous, maybe didn't really need to be that aggressive, as the Hydra will pick up a Phoenix here. Nope, just gets away in time. Looked like it took a little while for it to actually kill off the drone that was lifted, so kind of felt like the Phoenix were going to get underneath it, but again, it just about managed to get away there. As we do see these Zerglings of Reynor, they're going to run by in towards the natural as a Stalker in position. We still see the rest of this army from ShoWTimE just wandering around as well. A couple more Zealots warping in, and the Zerglings from Reynor going to be moving out onto the map. Oracle's still out here as well. Lurker Den about to finish up in the next few moments from Reynor 2. When does the actual IEM start? The IEM starts at the end of February, beginning of March. It's like the 20... It's real late on in February. It's like the final weekend of February is when it gets played. Around then. I'm not sure exactly what the dates are. Group of Spines on the way down, as you see a few more Lurkers morphing in. A couple, well, there's actually +2 missiles on the way up as well. So again, that +2 missiles in. Group of Spines is about to finish here also. Still seeing this army moving around a little bit. Obviously, ShoWTimE now is in that position where he just wants to be the player who sits back, defends, and sort of lets this go a little bit later here. Reynor will press onto the map. Has these Lurkers, has Hydras and Lings. Top side Lings and a few Hydras gathering up as well. Here we go, if the Lurkers are especially involved. Ooh, nice baits out the storm there. Top side Lings and Hydras. I mean, this is the smaller army. Naturally, ShoWTimE has more units set up there, so it's actually more likely for Reynor to be able to overwhelm this position. But it's hard to get up into that position with the High Templars here with multiple storms on them. These two have 2 storms each. Reynor tries to just go for it. He does get the Lurkers on the ramp at least. Drones going down at the same time across the map as we just see... There we go, find them in the end. The Zealots in the third base. Actually ripping apart a few of those drones. Reynor sends the Lings and Hydras from the top side back. In the end, he poured his Lurkers back down this ramp here, realizing this isn't working out for him. ShoWTimE kind of likes it, though, and he does pick up a couple Lurker kills as he pushes down. Storm is good again. Real good Storm. And it feels like Reynor was taking a lot of damage last couple of moments. With the 13 drones, this army doesn't feel like it's really doing that much. Army of ShoWTimE still gathering up outside the base here. A couple of carriers on the way out as well, being chrono boosted now. Hive on the way up from Reynor over in the main base. Lings, Hydras, and Lurkers all from Reynor gathering up together. You see those few Zelds of ShoWTimE going to start charging forwards, and well, they're going to go chase down a couple of those drones right away. So again, just dealing a little bit of damage here to get started. A few workers going down. There's 4 workers killed. The job well done, as we still see ShoWTimE going to just come across in towards the center of the map now and try and see what he can do. Hydra goes down. A few of these lurkers just getting burrowed as well. Another crew teamer picked off. Oracle looking for that revelation. The revelation is such a reliable form of detection, of course. If you have observers, we have seen it in the past where Hydras target down the observers during a fight, suddenly you can't attack those lurkers anymore, and you're kind of stuck in lurker fire, just sort of derping around, and you look a little bit silly, but it's actually a pretty sick play by the Zerg. With the revelation, you know when you're going to have detection. You know that detection is not going anywhere for X amount of time, so it can make you feel a bit more comfortable pushing in towards an engagement. As we go see these Archons over here, going to be able to defend as these Zerglings get pushed away. They come up to the top side now, and again, a couple of cannons here. Well, the Side Templar should be able to stop a storm on itself with the shield battery to heal it. Those Slingers will not be able to get the kill. So you can see our ShoWTimE still moving up into the center. Hydras and Lurkers just a little bit off to the left. A few cannons of ShoWTimE still getting set up to go. And now an Overlord here in the middle also going to get taken down. So Overlord getting taken down right there. And in the meantime, just going to be seeing a few more Lurkers still trying to build. Carriers, of course, haven't been built up with this as well now. ShoWTimE, that's what he does. You know, you take those first couple of fights and you trade off a little bit, and then the next thing you know, the dude's got carriers on the way. It's how we've been seeing need play as well a little bit earlier on. Those carriers, just that transition is very subtle, and it almost feels like it comes out of nowhere. Obviously, only a couple of carriers now doesn't make this too terrifying, but they do build up pretty quickly, and that's when you do need that Spire in play, and that's when you are going to be needing the Corruptors to really come out to start dealing with this properly. And this army of ShoWTimE at the moment is still just maneuvering around. We do see a few of these Hydras dealing some shots of damage to Zelts that started to charge on in there. Again, just going to be seeing the High Templar of ShoWTimE as well. Going to press forwards. The Queen gets picked off, the other Queen. Again, just transfusing it up. And again, another storm coming down. Lurker's taking quite a bit of damage. You see the Interceptor's going to start flying in. Now, the storms are just so good. These Lurkers don't seem to be doing anything in Reynor. Well, now he starts to rebuild 15 Corruptors, but I mean, 15 Corruptors feels very painful right now. Greater Spire isn't done, so it's only for the Mothership and the Carriers. I mean, I guess they're adding a lot to this army, but resources lost, 12.8 to the 10k. Reynor just not trading that well compared to ShoWTimE at the moment, and ShoWTimE, again, taking good fights. He's got a 5th base up. Reynor's not being able to apply any pressure either. You know, ShoWTimE's the player who is on the map here and continuing to get so much done, and that's huge for him as we're going to be seeing these rocks going to get taken down. The Interceptor's flying through. We see those Slingers running up the ramp, and well, units will turn around to fight those Zerglings, and the Slingers taking quite a lot of damage as well. Mothership able to zap away at that Overseer. Adrenal Glands coming through from Reynor. The Spire dropping down as well for the +1 flyer attack coming in there. We do see Blink on the way on the Twilight. And again, ShoWTimE still pressing through. Quick update. Winner of this plays Euthermal in the qualifying match. Euthermal 2-1 against Bunny. So it's Euthermal versus the winner of this series for that final best-of-5 qualifying match to see who will also advance to Katowice. Oh, the High Templar caught there, full of energy. It's Immortal as well. A little bit of a pathing issue for ShoWTimE, and just wasn't expecting Reynor to be there to grab them couple of kills. The High Templar is huge, of course, because Storms are definitely something you want. Immortals at this stage you can kind of want to keep in because of the Lurk account. If it was a bit more of a later game comp from Reynor, I mean, I say that, but it's just because he hasn't built up anything else other than Hydra Lurker. But if he didn't have, you know, if he was more in towards like Corruptors, Brutals, etc., you generally look to actually give up those Immortals anyways. So the Immortal not as important, but the High Templar D really is huge. Interceptor's coming in, and well, I guess it would be more huge if ShoWTimE didn't have a huge bank. Then again, Reynor does as well. It's nice that Reynor's become the aggressor here, able to kind of dictate where ShoWTimE has to defend, rather than ShoWTimE just running around the map, having the time of his life doing what he wants. He's going to start running down into this here, throws down a time warp, and, well, I mean, I don't think there's going to be much he can really do with this right now, so just going to have to back away as we do see these Zealots taking down that bottom left hatchery, so keeping Reynor on the 5 bases, stopping him from getting anywhere past this. But that's kind of what Reynor's doing to ShoWTimE as well, saying, well, 5 bases is all you're getting, buddy. You're not getting these central bases, and ShoWTimE's like, well, you're not getting the side bases. Trade for trade. You see the Interceptors, though, are kind of left alone to just deal with these Lurkers. Storm comes in as the Corruptors make their first real appearance in a fight. And again, those Interceptors just dealing so much damage. I mean, the Corruptors are turning around and picking off a couple of units here and there. A couple of Voids mixed in as well to help against those Corruptors. When they get Prismatic Alignment off, Void Rays will really begin to melt Corruptors in this. So, you need to be a little bit careful about that as we see Carriers, Archons, etc. coming through the center of the map still. Lurkers still burrowed up over here from Reynor as we see pressing forwards. Well, first Interceptor starting to deal quite a lot of damage. You saw me from ShoWTimE now backing away a little bit further down to the south side. Obviously ShoWTimE now trying to position up to see what he can do. I mean, a few Infestors on the way helps against the Interceptors, and I mean, I say a few, there's actually quite a lot of Infestors. Neural Parasite's obviously going to be a big part of this, but he's not got any energy, really, so he throws down Infested Terrans. That's not really what you want to do, because the Storms will get rid of those so fast. Oh, that's Reynor just with the Infestors not having the energy to do what he wants. He wants Neural Parasites, he wants Fungal Growths. Infested Terrans in those sort of numbers especially are kind of like a last-ditched effort. But it really is a last-ditch effort because he's in a lot of trouble. These Corruptors are unable to properly get on top of this army as well. Storm after storm. ShoWTimE keeps zoning these units out. You're going to see that Lurker on the low ground goes down. We are going to be seeing the units in the center still getting picked off. All of these Hydras going down as well. On the left side, we're going to be seeing this Queen picked off too. And, well, this base is going to continue dropping. Corruptors coming in. Another Storm on top of them, though. Reynor's got nothing left, man. He's not going to be able to fight this. He finally kills the Mothership. But the Carriers are going insane. The Fungal Growth for 2 is nice, but it is not going to change this. And suddenly Reynor, from his dominant ZvTs in the winner brackets, falls apart in the ZvP.